use that as fuel to ignite you even further to where you want to be. In this video, the relapse. So, the relapse. Let's talk about the relapse. The relapse. It's so funny. So, I want you to look at it this way. The word relapse is so negative. The word itself is associated with negativity. Relapse meaning you starting all over, like you just, all your progress of something is lost. But if you think about it, the fact that you could even relapse meant that you took on the journey of progression in one particular direction. In this case, NoFap semen retention. You're cutting off porn. You're cutting off masturbation. You're trying to better yourself. And with anything that you set yourself forward to, there's always going to be challenges, trials, and tribulations, right? So the fact that you have even been able to relapse on something, give yourself a pat on the back, because you're progressing. It shows that you're making progress. It shows that you're doing something. So that's the first thing I want to cover. The second thing is that the word, you should not use the word relapse, because again, it gives the wrong idea. It gives the wrong impression of what we're trying to do here. So our goal is trying to cut off something negative, a bad habit, coffee, for example, any sort of addictions. In this case, we're trying to retain and hold our semen to reach higher levels of energy, higher levels.
Is to go even further beyond
Of joy and happiness in our life, and purpose in our life, moving forward in a particular direction. So first off, you need to congratulate yourself that you took on the journey to go towards something higher. If you weren't, you wouldn't be able to do any sort of relapsing, because there's nothing to relapse from, right? So very simply put, that don't look at it that way. Change the word, change the mindset. You took a step back from going forward, but you never are going back to zero, because like I said, we're making progression. A relapse is not a relapse, because you're going one way, and let's say you make it to 5 days, 10 days without doing this particular habit or action, and then you do it again. You took a couple steps back, but now you have the value of that experience. Now you have that experience in your jar. Now you can say, well, I went 5-10 days. In the past, when you were at zero, you could never say that, right? So the fact that you can say that you relapse shows that you're progressing. It shows that you're on the right direction. You're on the path there. I hope that makes sense. So that's pretty much it. I want to change the concept of what a relapse may be, and to prevent something from happening as soon as it comes to your mind, and a simple urge, whatever sort of addiction it is, when you have that, you need to immediately do something different. You need to immediately change that thought. Don't sit there in that thought, because you're just now having a mental masturbation. You're just playing with yourself here. So you need to go for a run, go take a shower, go change your clothes, change scenery, change your setting. You just need to get out of that state, that environment that aroused you into this thinking, into this state of being, into this way of thinking. So that's what's important. So a relapse is not a relapse. You need to change the word of relapse, what it means, and not to feel guilty. When we take a few steps back, the first immediate thing we do is feel guilty. We feel shame. The first thing that I would feel whenever I would relapse would be guilt. It would be shame. And you know what? We need to change this also, because this will put us back into this spiral of negativity, and this will make us feel bad about ourselves, lower our self-esteem. So we need to change the mindset that, oh, I got this. you know, now I'm that much stronger because I had the experience of moving forward. I know what this feels like. And yeah, I messed up a little bit, or I went back a few steps, but now I know, and it's use that as fuel to ignite you even further to where you want to be. So that's it. So think about that one. Change up the word, and also any feelings you reach from any sort of stepbacks in life in general, use that as fuel. Change the mindset. Do not feel guilty. Do not feel bad. Do not feel shameful, and do not feel negative. And do not get stuck in a cycle, in a loop of negativity that will prevent you from moving forward. Use it to put you forward. Use it to put fuel, because it's energy. The fact that you can produce such force in shame, in guilt, means that you can produce that if you just dial it up some into progression, into a purposeful state. If you notice, the great people who have been through depression, who have struggled, what happens? They use that and they ignite it to push them and catapult them into their success in their life. So if we ever have some sort of relapse, do the exact same thing. Use that, dial it, and move forward. Leave a comment. Let me know. Subscribe if you have not. I'll continue to share these little experiences with you guys. All right. Catch you guys next one.